Hi, this is Rob. I'm going to run you through our new member portal, and this is to help facilitate our community economy here at Holistic Systems Cooperative. So, here's the homepage. You can see there's sort of kind of four main sections. There's in-app tutorials, right, that you can read about, how different different things work. So you don't have to have a whole instruction booklet. Right, so on the home page, we just have some highlights, latest needs and offerings, things like that. But we can really kind of think about these four main tabs, these four main pages. So we can start with the member directory. So the member directory, right? Like these are all our members. Look at those beautiful faces, right? So you can scroll through here, right? We have search and filter functions. So the idea here is we want to be able to really find great matches and do that, really, really quickly. So if I need somebody, for whatever, marketing or something, I will just click here and then it'll just show me those people, right? Or administration, right? So now I know I can, look deeper into these people for that particular skill set if I'm looking for a particular job, or soft skills, or collaboration interests, which is kind of how people want to play, right? So if I want to cross promote with somebody, I'll click here, and now I know that these are the people who are interested in doing that, so I can just go to them right away. And you can also search, right? So it searches by not only just the main titles of the job, but everything in their listing. So if I want marketing, I can actually search that, and both of those people are going to have that somewhere. So let's go into one of the profiles. Here we have BART or BART. And you have all the information on that person, right? And so everything, is tied into the member profile, right? We call these whole person profiles because here we really want to support the whole person. Maybe they're primary area of expertise, but also the different things that they're developing and wanting to learn. Maybe Bart is a weaver, but he also wants to, learn how to be a chef. So, right, you've got a token tally of the contribution tokens, contact info, list of the ways they want to participate, right? So everything in these other tabs, so here's the list of offerings, but everything in there is also going to be on connected to each member's profiles, right? So you can see all of their needs and offerings. You can, look into them. Bart's goals and challenges. We're going to have more and more kind of pieces of information to really be able to kind of connect people and learn well who they are, their whole person, right? What their archetype is, what their human design type, whatever we want to put in. Here's Bart's voucher offerings, his skill sets. That we can dig into more information about each of those. The professional skills. We've also got soft skills, so you can see a whole big list of those. It's a lot of soft skills, but I can attest that Bart has a lot. So that's the member profile and member directory. So then we come into the areas of where we start doing the resource pooling, and this of course helps with a lot with connecting with everybody. So here we have our needs and offerings page. Okay, so we've got the list of needs, the list of offerings right here to make it easy. These are mine, right? So any of these you can go in and, edit and delete, right? So if I don't want this up there anymore, I can just delete it. I can edit it. And right, when we go into the list, right, we can again do filtering by different, categories and types. We can, search, okay, marketing. And of course, we can look into everybody's, right? So if I say, okay, well, this is interesting, conflict coaching. All right, well, I want to learn more about, Adrian. I just click here and I'm in his member profile. I can see more about him. We can make comments, and so there can be a chat just around this. You can contact them directly. And then, we want to be able to, add these, right? So you can add from your member profile, but you can also just add here. So if I want to add a need and offering, so I want to add a need, time, need more, urgency, it's, moderate. So it's exchange type. So I just want to like name, right? There's our voucher marketplace and our needs and offerings marketplace. So they're both places where we're exchanging goods and services, a lot of times in a non-monetary fashion. But the needs and offerings is more, it's more like informal, right? So, I can just click, open to explore, and then people, can contact me and we can see, right? So, full description, what didn't, oh yeah, right. So here's, we're also choosing like forms of capital, so what's time? I don't know. Cultural, spiritual. These are just ways of retraining ourselves to look at value and what's valuable, and in addition to just like financial capital, right? So I submit that, here it comes. Oh, there's my new one. So basically, if I want, if I'm a marketing person, I can contact like Basilica here, and I'll just say, hey, what are you looking to do? I can support you. Let's talk about what a value, exchange would look like. So it's more of an informal, right? Whereas the vouchers, these are more formal offerings. So vouchers, and I'll talk about it, a little bit in a moment. But vouchers are more like, in my store, it's like a can on the shelf, right? So it's something that's like there, that's for a certain, a certain price that is, and so you just like take that off the shelf and go up and pay, right? So, it's something where, in this case, Adrian has an offering. It's for, a conflict coaching session. I want to, claim that. I just claim it. That's his voucher. I contact him or I book on his calendar, and that's it. So he's made a commitment to fulfill that service, right? So, these are great because it can be more subtle and, more connecting, but sometimes you just want to like buy the thing. But you're buying it with mutual credit. So we're giving each other credit. So it's a non-monetary exchange. All right, but before we get there, so contributions, right? So we talk about like a resource pool. HSC is a resource pool. And we want to, pool all the different kinds of value that all of us bring to the table. So, different communities would have different kinds of, of value, types and contribution types, but this is for, community professionals and entrepreneurs. So these are the ones that are more relevant, to us. So, you can see a list here, right? Refer a person to the community. You can make details, right? Again, you can edit or delete these contributions, right? And these are agreed upon, token values, agreed upon and decided by the community in an ongoing way, right? So they're value indexed to each other. But basically, so it's like if I was so let me actually show you here. So like the contribution types, this might help a little bit, right? So it's basically, we're just saying how we, value the different, assets and resources that you put into the pool, right? And so this is a way to like give people rewards and tokens for everything we're putting in, but in a way where we don't have to like negotiate each different thing. And it was like, oh, I was a note taker, and I think that's worth 3 tokens, and like I only think it's worth 2, right? So we just decide as a community, what the different value types are and what they, the value, the token value is, and then that's, and then that's, we just add a new one, right? So if I was, again, in the community support, if I was a note taker, I just put the date, details, submit, and there it is, right? And now that's going to go on my tally in my, user profile, right? So tokens, there's different things, but the primary kind of utility of a token, you can gift them, send them to other people. The primary utility, right, is that they convert into voucher credits. So the voucher is like the main currency of the, of the community. It's the primary currency. So these contribution tokens are more, internal, tokens to measure everything. They're like the receipt for all the contributions. And then, the vouchers is like the actual, currency, the goods and services that we're exchanging with each other. So basically, commitment pooling, it's a type of mutual credit that was created by Will Ruddick at Grassroots Economics. There's links in the website to read more about him, and it's a type of mutual credit. So mutual credit's like we are the bankers and the borrowers, and so that way we can exchange goods and services without having to utilize fiat currency. So it's kind of like we're putting our goods and services into a pool, right? So if I have tomatoes, if I make tomatoes, so I put 3 baskets of tomatoes into the pool. Another person makes loaves of bread, so they put 3 loaves of bread. And because I put those tomatoes into the pool, I now have credit in our pool. So now I can just take out 3 loaves or 1 loaf of bread, and I have the right to do that. And then and I have right. So then the thing with the vouchers, what a voucher is basically we're saying, okay, well we don't want to just like leave bread and tomatoes in the middle of the pool sitting there because they're going to go rotten. So essentially, we're just going to make a voucher for them. So it's an IOU. It's a promise for me that when you come to me and you say, hey, I have a voucher for your tomatoes, for a basket of tomatoes, I fulfill that. So coming back here, right? So this is like the voucher marketplace. So these are services. So I can come in, right? Here's mine. So you can come and look, and okay, these are email marketing services, and this might be an hour or whatnot, and I can see how many of these vouchers are in the marketplace. So if I want to, let's say I want trauma-informed energy medicine. Okay, I can see there's one in the marketplace. So these are the specific voucher kind of instances, and this is the offering. All right, so I want this. All right, so I have a credit. I have 1 credit left. So I'm going to claim this. All right, claim. Do I want to claim this? Yes, I do. All right, so now you can see that was the last one that had a supply in the marketplace. So you don't see that offering anymore. We list the offerings when they're actually in the marketplace. But if we go to my profile, you can see now that in my wallet, where's my wallet? Oh, right, because the wallet, because it needs to be in my own personal, we're not showing everybody what's in everybody's wallet, I guess. So you can see that I now have 2 of these vouchers. These are mine that I put in the marketplace, and I have 2 of these, right? So now if I want to claim this voucher, I'm like, okay, I'm ready for my trauma-informed energy medicine, then I'm just going to open up this voucher and I'm going to redeem it, right? And when I redeem that voucher, then that, sends a message to Reese that we've got to, set up services, and I can, book that, and there's no negotiation at this point. It's just like, this is a promise that Reese made to fulfill that. If I wake up the next day after I claimed it and I decide, I don't want trauma-informed energy medicine anymore, then I can always relist this to the marketplace. Right, and now it's going to be back in the marketplace, for other people to then grab onto. So that's kind of the idea with vouchers. So again, if you go to your profile, that's where you can see, right? These are my offerings, right? So when you make a voucher, it's like an offering for something. So okay, business alignment specialist. And then how many of the specific IOUs am I going to mint, right? So how many of those like kind of gift cards am I going to put into the pool? So right now I have, 3 of them that are in the marketplace. If I want to mint another one, then I just, so you can see, right? So we have credit limit. So I've used all my credit limit because I've put all that I can in the marketplace. Because every time I put something into the marketplace, a voucher in, I can then pull something out, right? So that's credit. So it's that means it's functioning. It's functioning well, and then right. But if I redeem one of these, then I get another credit, Or if I can take my own out of the marketplace. I think that functionality still has to come in. I have 2 more weeks. How credits work? Tell me how credits work. All right, that's going to be a little more filled out. But anyways, it's all working well, and that is kind of voucher or commitment pooling. So this is like a way for us to do this, in this way where we can use this tool. It should be, easy and simple to use. You can't break it. There's nothing you can do to come in here and, you can delete your offering, but you can't break the app. And then, the last, right, so there's also, we're going to have a dashboard. We'll fix this up a little bit more, but, it'll have highlights, highlighted members, the latest needs and offerings, things like that. And, there's lots more features coming that are in the pipeline, and, including more community features, decision-making, group decision-making mechanisms, resource library. So lots of that is coming even, in the next couple of weeks before the launch. The last thing to say is that this is, as you can see, right, this is, you can see it's compatible with mobile. It's mobile friendly, right? So this is an app, so it is on your desktop or laptop, but it's mobile, so it also works, just as well, and is like fully responsive on your mobile device. So you can do everything you want to do, right? In that. All right, so I'm going to stop there. Thanks so much. Check out the website and contact us if you want to learn more. Thank you.